So it was 1964 in Rochester, New York, and the conditions for the immigrants and black community that lived in the 7th and 3rd Ward were not humane whatsoever. 35% of the housing classified as deteriorated or dilapidated. They weren't allowed to find housing elsewhere in the city. Real estate agents denied to work with them. People denied to sell them property. There were even 10,000 unfilled jobs in Rochester at places like Kodak, and they refused to hire people in the African American community at all. So, on one night, the tension rose to an uncontrollable degree after police officers tried to break up a block party and arrested a man for public intoxication. There were many rumors going around about what exactly started the riots, other than that, because as you can, obviously the breaking up of a block party is not really something to riot over. Some say it was that a police dog bit a young girl. Others say that officers were attacked. But with the events that happened after that, it doesn't really matter what caused it. It just went downhill. So people were getting sprayed with fire hoses. The police chief was hit by 2 rocks and had his car flipped over. There was just a lot of hate coming from both sides. So one thing in the video I would like to talk about is some quote of someone saying, riots are not the way to gain equality. That is to say, violent riots. But at the same time, white Republicans controlled the entire city, and so how were blacks ever supposed to make any change if the white people in the community just didn't care about any of the issues, and they couldn't gain the support to get into power to make the changes. But yeah, so basically the same problems still exist in Rochester, New York, that existed in 1964. People have problems with healthcare, education, things like that. So I feel like these riots were definitely provoked, but at the same time, it was definitely, violent riots are definitely not the way to go when it comes to trying to gain the equality that the black community deserves. Because in this riot, many of the businesses in the community that helped support the community were driven out of business, and a lot of people were hurt in the rioting.